Do you ever wonder why you can never get well? Why you can never heal your diabetes? We're going to talk about it today, why it seems that way. Because you take 100 to 200 people and they follow the regimen of taking their diabetic medication, but for some reason, their diabetes just never changes. But we're going to talk about the 7 failures why you just can't get well. There are 7 of them, and we're going to give you 7 videos. And we're going to go into it and show you how the body can actually miraculously heal itself. But when you think about it first, the number one reason we all have failure in trying to heal is diet or nutrition or a lifestyle change. That's the number one reason. And it stops everything that we're doing, regardless of how we look at it, how we channel it, how we try to fix it. Diet. When we think about it, there's so many kind of diets out here, from the juice diet, from the lemon diet, from the cabbage diet, from the grapefruit diet, from the Daniel fast, to you name it, there are so many diets. But as a diabetic, you've tried everything and it's not working. But you left out the most important component of the puzzle of the 7 is your diet. Processed foods, restaurants, fast foods are not our friends. Because when you think about it, diabetic or not, you have to take care of your body. Case in point, when someone has terminal cancer and they have eradicated them from, what I mean by that, what they have chemoed and radiated them, and they got to the point in life, there's nothing else we can do for you, and they tell them go home and get their affairs in order. But do you realize that with the metabolic diet that a lot of them go on, that they're able to live 5, 10, 20, 30 years or more longer? Is it just diet? No, it's more than just diet, but it's amazing what that new lifestyle of eating that they thought they would never do can change everything. Then you have 2 of my great doctors, Dr. Dean Ornish and Dr. Caldwell Edison Jr. Hey, they'll both work on one thing, diet, but preventing heart disease, heart attacks, you name it, they're there. Now you say, what? Heart attacks, preventing them? Plant-based dietary eating, changing what you're doing, stents and all the things they're seeing people put in their life they don't really need. Yeah, but you have to have a dietary change. You can get all the stuff you want to take care of yourself, but if you don't have the diet in control, not processed, which means the food is grown on the earth and it's not in a label. It's not something got a 2,400 date on it. It's something that will spoil. But these 2 doctors here are known for what they're doing with their diet to change heart disease, heart attack rates. You know, even one of them wrote a book, How to Prevent from Having a Heart Attack, How Not to Have One. Well, both of them have both got books in reversing heart disease, and they're fabulous. But diet plays a major component in diabetes. We're trying to give me the best shot, give me the best medication, which in fact the metformin is actually causing more problems than you realize, than the Actos and all the drugs regardless. Do you realize that by taking metformin, it depletes your CoQ10, it depletes your folic acid, it depletes your B12. Now you say, what? It depletes those things. And it sets us up for failure with heart disease because it affects the protein homocysteine. It affects it. So now when you're depleted and your homocysteine level rises up before I'm taking metformin or some other drug, especially metformin, now you get a false positive reading. So you know what? Heart disease is really relevant. People have heart disease, heart attacks every day because they're taking drugs. Most of them are not dying from diabetes. It's heart disease, heart attacks, just knocking them out. Cancer. Are you in that boat? Then we have the raw diet, which is a great diet lifestyle. You know, I went to vegan school, I went to raw school, but to understand how raw food really works, you have to experience it for yourself. And I can promise you this, it is wonderful. And when you think about it, if you do it, it will save your life. There's nothing like a raw food diet. But it's not just vegetables. So we always say, well, I'm not going to eat a bowl of vegetables. Honestly, it's not. It's nutritious prepared food. Just like if you look at the plant-based diet, you look at the metabolic diet. When you look at what you're really eating and understanding. Now, all lifestyle changes and diets are not for everybody because everybody's not going to do it. But I want you to think about this for a second. Just imagine you're taking metformin or you're taking some type of drug for whatever reason. But let's deal with diabetes right now. And your A1C, for whatever you're doing, you're going to the gym, you're eating healthy, you're doing everything possibly that you think you're doing right. But your numbers never go down. They continue to go up, and they increase the medication. They increase the shots, which they did for me. I got up 365 pounds, taking 200 units a day of Lantus. I was taking plus another 5 pills or 4 pills or 500 milligrams each pill. And I was taking something for high blood pressure and all kind of stuff. And I was on a track to fall. But I was 360 pounds. I got it under control. Now I'm diabetes free. But now imagine this for a minute. You're taking things to control your A1C. And just imagine a car right now with a thermostat, for you understand car techie things. And you take a cold water hose and you put it on top of the thermostat that keeps running hot. It elevates it to where it's a moderate control. But if you remove the water hose, the pressure comes back. Well, diabetic medication is the same thing. It's, well, doc, my medication, my doctor says it's under control, but it's really not. It's massing it because it's got a water hose sitting on top of it, hoping it don't explode from a heart attack, from cancer, from some kind of health ailment that's waiting to happen. What about a plant-based diet? What about learning how to eat healthy, changing what you're doing? Yeah, there's some other components to it, but now by no means, let me help you out, until you get your nutritious and the other things under control and your doctor removes you off of it, don't do it on your own. Now, will your doctor do it? Depends on your doctor. Some doctors are dinosaurs. They believe that it's part of your lifestyle. It's gene related. It is just part of your life, or you just, as you get older, you're supposed to get diabetes, or you're supposed to have heart disease, or you're supposed to have cancer. People, wake up. Liar, liar. And I said it, Dr. Moore, their pants is on fire because that's not true. What are we going to do? You got the metabolic diet. You got the plant-based diet. You got the raw diet. And you got some other things out here. But then you want to understand, how do I be healthy? How do I prevent these failures? No matter what I'm doing, it seems like I can't get it under control. I'm here to tell you today, you can and you will get it under control. And these 7-pack videos, you've got to watch them, but you got to share them with your friends, your loved ones. And I can promise you, when you're through with these 7 videos, they're free. You're going to be able to know a lot more, that you can walk into your diabetic doctor's office and ask them some questions. And the questions you're going to ask them, you're going to know yes or no if you got the right doctor for you. You know, it's like relationships. You know real fast if you're going to move forward or you're going to get out of it. Why not do the same thing when it comes to your health? Because there's nothing like being healthy. Do you have a doctor that's for you? Or is your doctor just a normal 7-minute visit? You're out the door and you never saw him but 2 seconds, and somebody bring you a prescription and you got another prescription. Prescriptions, you might say. You know, I forgot. You go to your pharmacist and your pharmacist says, oh, you're taking 1 statin. You go in before you realize you walked out with 3. What your pharmacist just did, they called your doctor and said, by the way, your client here is taking this metformin. We do know that these 2 drugs, one for cholesterol, one for kidney, can offset each other to help each other balance each other. How about you getting a prescription, we can give them more medication. Voila, you just walked out with some more medication. Man, ain't that sad? Why not give you a pad about how to eat healthy? How processed food can destroy our lives. Look at diabetes right now. 1 in 3 of our children are obese. 1 in 2 that's born since the year 2000 will be a future diabetic. Whoa, 1 in 7 adults dealing with diabetes, and guess what? Heart disease is the #1 killer. Cancer's right behind it, but guess what? Diabetes is there. And most diabetic, you know what? It leads to cancer. Proven it can do it. But what are you going to do today? Are you willing to make some change to your day? Are you willing to make some change to your life? Are you tired of walking on eggshells? Your feet are always hurting because they say there's nothing for neuropathy in the feet. They say there's nothing for going blind. They say there's nothing for the tingling in your hand. That is not true. You're going to learn in these Power Pack videos some things that can actually save your life, but educate you to go with your nutrition. Are you tired of your back hurting all the time and they're giving you more medication for that? Are you tired of blurred vision? Are you tired of having a headache? Are you tired of just not having energy? You know what? In these self-impact videos, you're going to understand some things about nutrition that you never looked at, but it's going to go a lot deeper. And that second video is so power-packed, it's going to make sense to why you can't get well, why your diet, the one you're on the path, won't work. You have to stop what you're doing now. Hey, go to ChefTimothyMoore.com. Send me a personal email. Say, Chef, I want your help. info@ChefTimothyMoore.com. Comment below and tell me what you're doing to control your diabetes and if it's working. Remember, there's 386 million diabetics worldwide. There's 99 million here. 7% of the population don't even know they got diabetes. There's 29 million diabetics, and that number is growing at an astronomical rate every day. And do you know what? Every 7 seconds, someone dies from diabetes. What you say? Every 7 seconds. That's how bad it is. What are we going to do about controlling it? We're going to fix it. We're going to reverse it. We're going to cure it, whatever it is. And if you've been told you are insulin resistant, and we're going to give you some kind of drug to offset, that's just a diabetic drug, guys. How about a plant-based, learn how to eat healthy lifestyle? Incorporate that with some other things that we're going to talk about. And guess what? Your doctor, if you're not on medication, hey, you're never going to be on medication. And if you are on medication, they're going to remove it. And if they won't because your numbers are getting low without it, hey, find you a doctor that's after your heart. Someone that believes in you. Hey, this is Chef Timothy Dr. Moore.